Have you ever imagined that the useless, discarded items lying around your home could be transformed into something truly amazing? Yes, those empty matchboxes that are usually thrown away after use are now ready to take flight. Today, we are going to see how ordinary household materials can be turned into a fully functional toy helicopter. It is a fascinating blend of science, engineering, and human creativity that is sure to amaze both children and adults alike. This exciting journey begins with something very simple, an empty matchbox. First, the dimensions of a small DC motor are carefully measured, and a precise opening is cut into the top of the matchbox using a blade. This tiny motor is the heart of the entire helicopter, providing the power needed for rotation and lift. Once the motor is securely fixed inside the box, another matchbox is glued underneath to strengthen the helicopter's main body and frame. Next comes a unique piece of engineering magic. An old and used memory card is combined with small cardboard pieces to create the helicopter's tail propeller. While most people would consider these materials useless waste, they're transformed into a functional mini-fan. It is a perfect example of how creativity can turn ordinary trash into something extraordinary. One of the most important features of this model is its internal circuit and power system. To keep the helicopter running efficiently, a lightweight rechargeable lithium battery is installed inside the body. A small slide switch is added to control the flow of power. Then comes the soldering process. The battery, switch, and DC motor wires are carefully connected to ensure a smooth and uninterrupted flow of electricity, providing reliable power to the helicopter. After completing the circuit, work begins on the landing gear to help the helicopter maintain balance on the ground. Four matchsticks are attached underneath at specific angles. These supports not only stabilize the model, but also protect the electronic components from direct contact with the surface. Now it is time to create the most important part of the helicopter, the main rotor blades. For this purpose, cardboard from an empty toothpaste box is used. The cardboard is cut into blade shapes and attached evenly to a round plastic cap. This is another excellent example of creative recycling in action. Once the main rotor is completed, it is mounted onto the motor shaft at the top of the helicopter. However, for stable flight and directional control, a tail section is also essential. A small piece of cardboard is attached to the rear of the helicopter, supporting the mini fan made from the old memory card. Step by step, with a little effort and a few inexpensive recycled materials, a beautiful and modern toy helicopter finally takes shape. But the helicopter is more than just a fun toy. It also demonstrates several important scientific concepts in a simple and practical way. The spinning rotor blades convert electrical energy from the battery into mechanical motion, creating airflow and lift. The tail propeller helps balance the forces generated by the main rotor, improving stability during flight. Through this small project, we can better understand how real helicopters use the same principles of aerodynamics and engineering to fly through the sky. What makes this creation even more impressive is that nearly every part comes from recycled or low-cost materials. Items that might normally end up in the trash are given a second life and transformed into something useful, educational, and entertaining. It proves that innovation does not always require expensive tools or advanced technology. Sometimes all it takes is imagination and a willingness to experiment. And now comes the moment we have all been waiting for, the final test flight. As soon as the tiny switch is turned on, both the main rotor and tail propeller begin spinning rapidly. A powerful stream of air is generated. Held in the hand, the little helicopter seems eager to take off. The moment it is released into the air, it begins its first exciting flight.